This is KVUE News Daybreak.
K2 numbers, again, a huge problem for the city of Austin. What's happening today that could fix the problem?
The president of China comes to the United States today to meet with President Trump as North Korea and Syria weigh heavily on his mind. I'm ABC's Lana Zach in Washington with that story coming up.
Plus, a nurse's aide accused of abusing an elderly woman at a local nursing home, out of a job and facing charges. What the woman's son is saying about the news. Good morning to you, and thank you for joining us for KVUE News Daybreak at 4:30. I'm Brian Mays. Let's begin with a look at what we're tracking for this Thursday with Storm Team meteorologist Erica Lopez. Hi, Erica.
Good morning, Brian. Well, some chillier temperatures this morning. A lot of folks are actually waking up in the 40s. 44 degrees currently at ABIA, 55 at Camp Mabry, and the dew points on the dry side. That's going to be the story throughout the rest of our Thursday also. Rush hour forecast looking pretty good. Temperatures in the 50s. We'll be warming up into the 70s today, upper 70s for a lot of folks, getting close to 80 degrees. Not going to be quite as cool as where we were yesterday, but still plenty of sunshine. Here's a look at your next 12 hours. Clear skies. Again, the only change in our forecast will be a couple of degrees warmer this afternoon. But we're also not going to battle the strong winds that we had yesterday, so it'll be a nice break from that. Brian, back to you.
Good news, Erica. Thanks. Happening today, Mayor Steve Adler will address the rise of synthetic drug use in Austin, an issue the city's been dealing with since 2012. Austin-Travis County EMS has seen an uptick in K2 calls the last few weeks. K2 is a synthetic drug made from a combination of hazardous chemicals. Just last night, 25 people were hospitalized due to bad reactions to K2. On Monday, 20 people also taken to the hospital for similar reactions. And last week, responders treated 50 people, 23 of them taken to the hospital. Austin police have been working with state and national officials to fix the problem. 11 weeks into the presidency of Donald Trump, the current situations in Syria and North Korea have put Trump's America First foreign policy to its biggest test. The new administration denounced the horrific chemical weapons attack in Syria this week, calling out President Bashar al-Assad and Russia. President Trump saying he's now changed his attitude. This latest development comes on the eve of another big foreign policy test for the president, a meeting with the president of China. ABC's Lana Zach reports North Korea will be a big topic in this meeting.
President Trump says these images, and others too graphic to show here, of children killed in a chemical weapons attack in northern Syria have changed his perspective.
That attack on children yesterday had a big impact on me. Big impact. My attitude toward Syria and Assad has changed very much.
Prior to becoming the president, Mr. Trump had tweeted, "Syria is not our problem." But now he's calling out the Assad regime.
That crosses many, many lines beyond the red line.
At an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council, Russia continued to deny Assad's responsibility, blaming terrorists and actors. But U.S. Ambassador Nikki Haley said the facts were undeniable. The Syrian government used chemical weapons against their own people, killing more than 80, mostly women and children.
There are times in the life of states that we are compelled to take our own action.
The new tough talk on Syria follows another major foreign policy challenge, North Korea. On Wednesday, the Hermit Kingdom launched another medium-range ballistic missile. President Trump is likely to raise that issue today with China's President Xi Jinping when he begins his visit at Mar-a-Lago.
North Korea, we have a big problem. We have somebody that is not doing the right thing, and that's going to be my responsibility.
And President Trump has said all options are on the table when it comes to North Korea. And like Syria, administration officials have said the U.S. is prepared to go it alone if international allies like China fail to help. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
Back here in Austin, many locals with ties to Syria sharing their thoughts on the deadly tragedy. Emily Hawthorne's a Middle East analyst for Stratfor, an Austin-based global intelligence firm. She says this isn't the first reported use of chemical warfare in Syria, nor the first condemnation.
There is a certain degree of boldness coming from the Syrian government that they would dare to conduct such an attack. And I think a lot of it has to do with an absence of a fear of reprisal. When there are attacks like this, there is renewed interest on the issue of regime change and the question of where does Assad go because of the human cost of the conflict.
This is the third reported chemical attack in Syria in nearly a week. The Syrian government's denied responsibility for the attack, claiming they don't use chemical weapons. Former Texas Governor Rick Perry now has an official spot on the National Security Council. President Donald Trump removed chief political strategist Steve Bannon yesterday. The decision came after the president authorized the reorganization of the NSC to include Bannon as a permanent member of the panel back in January. Bannon had attended only one National Security Council meeting. Just a few hours from now, Texas lawmakers will start to take up the state's $218 billion budget at the Capitol. House members will decide what to pay for and what to cut from the budget, and it looks like they have a long day ahead of them. The House will go over 400 amendments that have been filed. At the last session, House members filed around 350 amendments to the budget. That debate lasted 18 hours. Also happening at the Capitol today, the family of a San Antonio teenager who took his own life after dealing with cyberbullying will testify at a public hearing. It's been 15 months now since 16-year-old David Molak committed suicide. His family says he dealt with prolonged bullying online. Now they want to bring awareness and tackle the issue. The Molak family will testify at today's State Affairs public hearing on behalf of David's Law, which aims to prevent and tackle cyberbullying. If David's Law passes, it will give Texas school districts the ability to investigate both on and off-campus bullying and work with law enforcement on investigations. Austin police need your help this daybreak, finding a man accused of sexually assaulting a woman inside of a Burger King restaurant. Take a look. Here is the surveillance video from that Burger King on East Bend White Boulevard. It happened last Sunday. Police say two employees were preparing food early in the morning when a man went in through a side door and attacked one of the women at gunpoint. A closer look here is a goatee, facial hair. He's between 5'8" and 5'10". If you've seen him or know who he is or have any other information, call police. Drivers all across Texas will be able to help clear a huge backlog of untested rape kits by making a small donation when renewing their driver's licenses. On Wednesday, the House of Representatives preliminarily passed a bill which gives Texans the option to donate $1 or more to rape kit testing when they apply for or renew their driver's licenses. The state has nearly 4,000 untested kits at a state lab, with thousands more in cities like Dallas and Austin. Processing a single one costs anywhere from $500 to $2,000. State budget officials say the bill would raise nearly $1 million in donations. It would still need the state Senate's approval and, of course, Governor Greg Abbott's signature before becoming law. A nurse's aide accused of abusing an elderly woman at a local nursing home is now facing assault charges this daybreak. Our crew captured video of Pflugerville police arresting this man, 23-year-old Carlos Santa Cruz, yesterday around 4 p.m. Officials say last week Santa Cruz posted Snapchat videos of himself taunting an 83-year-old woman with a feather, making her smear feces on her face. The incident happened at the Windsor Nursing and Rehabilitation Center on Duval in North Austin. That elderly woman is okay today. Now, we spoke with her son, who says it's about time charges were filed.
The entire family's just relieved. I'm relieved. This has been just such a nightmare to get to this point. So yeah, it's just a huge relief to at least, get the process started.
Santa Cruz has been suspended from the nursing home. He's facing a Class A misdemeanor assault charge. If convicted, he could face up to a year in county jail, a fine of up to $4,000. A new investigation shows hundreds of Transportation Security Administration workers have failed drug and alcohol tests over the span of 6 years. According to a report, more than 850 TSA workers at airports across the country tested positive for drugs or alcohol between 2010 and 2016. Here in Austin, there have been 5 failed drug tests and 2 failed alcohol tests. TSA conducts drug and alcohol tests randomly. Tests also given if there's a reasonable suspicion an employee is under the influence. Good news this morning for people who fly with JetBlue. The airline's rolling out its lie flat seats to more flights across the country. The seats recline into lie flat beds. If you buy the seats, you can get upgraded food options and amenity kits as well. Beginning in August, travelers from New York's JFK to Las Vegas and San Diego, and travelers from Boston to San Diego will be able to purchase the lie flat seats. For now, the seats will only be available for business class flyers. Families from Indiana to Florida cleaning up damage left behind after severe weather tore through communities and states last night. Take a look. The heavy rains, even a tornado captured on camera in Georgia. The same state, a family getting rescued from dangerous floods. Here's that video. Also in Atlanta, Georgia, lightning strikes a home, causing major damage there.
I've seen a lot of lightning strikes, but I've never seen them hit this close.
So far, no serious injuries have been reported. Back here at home, just a cool start to what's going to be another nice day in Austin. Erica Lopez.
Yeah, I think the best day of the week. You can plan today to be just gorgeous. Temperatures are kind of cool as you're heading out the door this morning, though. Take a look at the last 24-hour temperature change. Areas such as San Marcos, 14 degrees cooler this morning than where we were yesterday. Austin, 5-degree cool down. I think we are going to see more of a difference than that as we head into the next couple of hours or so for the start of our day. Here's a look at your current wind speeds on the calm side, completely different from the breezy conditions we were battling yesterday. So we'll still have some northwest winds. They'll just be much more calm than yesterday. Clear skies are expected today. You're waking up to temperatures in the lower 50s, hill country actually in the 40s. So kind of chilly out there. Don't forget your sweater as you're heading out the door. Our daytime high today will be a couple degrees warmer than yesterday, calling it 79 for your daytime high. A beautiful afternoon. And tonight, it's not going to be as cool as we are this morning, but we will still dip down into the 40s. Still a picture perfect evening in store. I'm tracking some rain in our forecast. It's not going to arrive until next week, but I'm going to break down what the pattern looks like for our upcoming work week and also talk about this weekend forecast also. Brian, back to you.
Erica, thanks a lot. We're kicking off a new series in May here on Daybreak. It's called Take This Job, and here's how it works. You can submit an idea for a job. Maybe it's your job. And then one of us on the Daybreak crew will come give it a try for the day. Of course, we'll shoot a story about it and talk about your job and tell how hard it is for us to do it. To submit your entry for Take This Job, you can email us news@kvue.com, or just send us a message on Facebook or tweet your job entry at us using the hashtag KVUE. We're compiling a list of great jobs. We've already gotten a bunch, some really fun sounding jobs. So please submit yours and we'll try it out, see how we do as you for a day. A local mother accused of leaving her children in a hot car, what police say she was doing while her kids were stuck in 100-degree temperatures. Plus, a North Texas teen who lost his life to health issues last year, helping change the lives of others. Coming up, the touching gesture his own mother made to honor her son's life.